Hello, David Pinson here, Philippine Bible Ministry from the mountains of San Bernardino, Big Bear. We're close to Big Bear Lake. We're renting a cabin up here, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it's hot. The reason I'm outside is because it's too hot in there. They don't have air con up here, as they say, AC in the U.S. Anyway, so I'm out here in this beautiful setting with lots of pine trees. It's tearing up my sinuses, but I'll be all right. So I want to talk today about the honorable quest of following the Lord. And I want to thank Oswald Chambers for getting me going on this morning. It's a very honorable thing to follow Jesus, and all honorable things are difficult. All honorable things require courage because, first of all, it bucks against the grain. It bucks against your own self-interest and your own things that you feel inside. All the things the world teaches you that it's for you and you deserve it and you worked hard and you can over all these things. Um, that's what makes it so difficult, right? That's why it's noble, right? But the interesting thing about this is all believers are called to this. This is just not just a thing for some weird old man who went to move to the Philippines, sold everything, and moved to the Philippines. It's not just about me. It's about y'all. It's about anyone who names the name. So so the thing is, if he's your Lord, why don't you follow him? You just he's my Lord. Yeah. So hey Lord, what are you gonna? But you just live your life the way a normal person lives their life, and you never ask what he wants you to do with your life, right? There's nothing noble in that, and because you're just doing what you want to do, and you're using the Lord as your wingman, and he's got my back. He's in the passenger seat, he's supposed to be driving. Um, so yeah, it's a noble cause, and it requires courage because of the sacrifice, because of the pain, because of bucking against people, even the people you love, even Jesus says, "I've come as a sword within the families," And the reason it's a quest, I call it a quest, like Lord of the Rings or something. It's a quest. Why is it a quest? Because it's the same. We don't realize the intensity of the outcome of what's involved here. We think we just live our lives and then we go to heaven and da 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 da, and that's just so lame and so weak. You're not saved from. I mean, we're saved from hell, but that's not even that important. The important thing is that we become part of His family and part of His kingdom, and the important thing is that He died on the cross to bring the world back to Him. He created the universe so that He could have people, human beings, to love, right? And He's trying to restore that. That's how important this is. It's more important than anything, almost anything else, really. So it takes courage. And it says, I think it's in the end of Revelation. It's the last list of sins in the Bible. And I want to say it's in 2021, somewhere on there. And it gives a list of all these people that can't inherit the kingdom, that won't go to heaven, right? And I think the first thing I learned is cowards. Cowards don't go to heaven. So the first time I heard that, I was like, what? I thought, I can be scared. So I'm scared, Lord, help me. I hear a lot of people say that. Yeah, you can be scared, but God will give you the power to overcome it, and God will give you the courage. That's why it's hard, because there are things to overcome. No matter what you do in this world, you will suffer, whether you follow Him or not. It doesn't matter. Suffering's part of life. It's part of the fallen world we live in. Stuff happens, but if you're in His will, most of the stuff that happens is because you're in His will, and so it's actually a blessing, and it's a different kind of thing. It's like this. If there's a battle for this planet right now, and I believe it's win. It's actually technically it's already won. Jesus won it on the cross. He won it at the resurrection. But we have to claim it because the enemy holds sway. He holds sway over large portions of what we call the church today. He holds sway over most every government. He holds sway over entertainment. He holds sway over sports. He holds sway over so many things in this world. But he's a usurper. He's a thief. All those things he doesn't own those things. The Lord owns those things, and the believers own those things. But we just don't step up and take it. Why? Because we're cowards. We don't want to buck the system. We don't want to stand out. We don't want people to think we're some crazy person, right? So that's why you have to be courageous. That's why it takes courage to follow the Lord. That's why you can't be a coward. That's why you have to sacrifice. So that's pretty much what I got to say about that, guys. It is a noble cause, and there's a lot at stake. The whole world's at stake. It is like the Lord of the Rings. There's bad and evil, and the whole world's at stake. Except it's not just a little fellowship. It's a huge fellowship, millions of people. And if we could just put on the armor, and get up and do what we're supposed to do, and don't care what the world, and start living our life for Him, and not just He's a sidekick or He's along with me. I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm not called to do anything. We were all created for a purpose, brother and sister. Scripture says you were created for good works. Before the creation of the universe, he had you in mind. If you're a believer, He had you in mind for works. What are those works? Well, that will be a whole other video, and maybe that's coming in a minute. God bless you guys. Ta ta for now. It's beautiful up here.